Research has shown that an active shooter fires a shot every 4 seconds. Research has also shown that the average police response is between 5 and 6 minutes. So if you do the math, there's a lot of shots in a short amount of time. Time is critical. Time's critical to saving lives, to saving casualties. And so it does not make a lot of sense for law enforcement to wait on teams of 2 or 3, 4 to show up. At one time we trained that way. We trained to form a diamond formation and go through it. The most current research and best practices involves a solo engagement to quickly stop the threat. Yeah, honestly, if I knew 20 years ago what I'd be through in this last 20 years, I don't think I'd have the courage to be a police officer. I just wouldn't. I've seen too much, I've done too much, I've seen too much evil. But slowly, through training, you know, it's my response and the response of other officers has become ingrained.
I was saying, if he'd have turned this direction or that direction, how do we know it wouldn't have had a much different outcome? I mean, things could have gone so wrong so quickly depending on, you know, the choices that he'd made. But he happened to make the right choices and things happened to work out.
God was with me, no doubt. No doubt.
How do you react when people say you're a hero? Because, I mean, you're getting the Hero of the Year award. Something like that.
Yeah, you know, I just go back to, I didn't do this to be a hero. I'm not comfortable with that title. When I retire, I want to be known that as somebody that helped somebody else as best he could in any circumstance. Whether that's something simple, changing a tire, or I don't really want to be known by one event, my actions within 5 minutes of one day of my life. You'd have to be naive not to get that feeling that there is some difference in people's perception, and instead of just seeing it on the 6 o'clock news, the 10 o'clock news, it happened in your backyard. That changes us. I mean, like it or not, everybody here has been changed by that.
So how have you processed all of this? You know, that's close quarter activity, shall we say?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's something that I've processed with my family, because as difficult as it is for a police officer to go through, it's just as difficult for his or her family to go through. But I've, you know, if somebody had to do it, I feel like I have maybe the strongest support network that somebody could have.
What makes you say that? How do you, when you say support, you mean family or
family?
Or?
More importantly, my faith and my faith community rallied and supported me, and I've never felt like you know, the world was coming to an end, or that this was so overwhelming that recovery could never be made. So really, with family support, friends, and my faith community, I really feel like we were able to get by this. And again, you know, training for almost 20 years now have prepared me in ways that at the time I didn't realize. I mean, everything from simple media relations and knowing that, you know, when the national media was setting up their trucks and media was going to come by my house, and knowing that that's going to happen, and here's how to handle some of that. You wouldn't think about it back, you know, years ago when you do this kind of training, but you know,
you're probably thinking,
it's
why
used.
would the national media want to come to Hesston? You know.
Yeah, yeah, but you prepare.
Than a tornado, you know,
yeah,
something like that, which is
but
a different breed of cat than a active shooter situation.
Yeah, but you plan for the worst and you hope for the best.